Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for this Sunday. So today we are going over Adventures in Modern Recording, the second and final studio album by the Buggles. Um, and here's the track listing. You may notice I've included the bonus tracks um, all the way to 2010 when they re-released it. The reason for this is because there's a couple of reasons. The first one is YouTube doesn't have an official version of this album. Uh, YouTube has an official version of their first album, but not this one. So when I looked it up, I found someone else who had posted the whole thing, but they had posted uh, the 2010 version basically. Um, the 2010 re-release has the normal. It's just remastered versions of the first 9 tracks, but then it has an additional 10 tracks. Some of them, as you can see. So, for example, I Am a Camera, uh, on TV demo. Like some of these are just versions of the original ones. So I listened to the whole 19 instead of just the first 9. And I'd like to thank. I don't know the person who put this on, but I'd like to thank the YouTube channel Miscellaneous Worker. I'll put a link to it. They're the YouTube channel which posted this entire album. So yeah, props to them. These are the songs I added to my playlist. So most of the original album is pretty good, and the bonus tracks are half and half, about a little bit less than that actually. Of course, it doesn't help that, for example, On TV is just not as good as the original version. Um, And the only single from the album is I'm a Camera, and I think my favorite song of this one is Blue Nylon for the bonus tracks, like for the whole album in general. For just the original, probably On TV, it gets a little funky. Lenny's pretty good. On TV is definitely up there. Vermilion Sands, a lot of these songs sound like similar songs from artists like Queen or The Police. Like Sands sounds like something off of uh, Ghost of the Machine or Synchronicity. Beatnik sounds like a Queen song. So it's kind of a varied album. Really, the album as a whole sounds weirdly. It's got a lot of interesting stuff. It's not as good as their first one. So it's not as good as their first one. I think that's pretty clear. Their first one was sort of a really good. Most of the songs were hits, and it had a solid theme. This one's kind of all over the place. Um, a lot of the songs are still good, but it's still kind of like oh well, they were just trying to hit everything. And it's not really surprising that this one sort of ended the band's career as a band. Both of the artists who are in the band went on to do better stuff, so or went on to do successful things. So it's not like they left because they weren't doing well, but not they weren't doing well as the Buggles. Um, so obviously this does not take my favorite album spot from 1981, mostly because it's just all over the place. I mean, it's good and like there's good songs on there, but even the best songs on this album are sort of just parodies, musical stylistically like better songs off of other albums. The only final thought I have is a lot of this stuff kind of sounds like weirdly Splatoon music, which I did not expect. I was thinking that after I listened to some of the songs off of the first album a while. Yeah, the similarity is there. I do wonder if that is intentional on the creators of Splatoon. But yeah, that's the album, and that concludes sort of overview of the two Buggles albums that they made. Next up, we're going to be doing the Beatles' White Album because I want to. This is sort of like an extra thing, just sort of on the side. And it's not, well, the Beatles have a lot of good albums, and this one is one of them. I don't know if it's my favorite one, but it is up there, and it's pretty good. So yeah, stay tuned.